Hi, I'm Dr. J.M. McSharma. For the last 10 years, I've been lucky enough to practice medicine, which has been awesome in a lot of ways, but it's not my true calling. This is the journey of how I'm going from J.M. McSharma, MD, to J.M. McSharma, writer and actress. Welcome to Cat Robes and Coffee. Hello, lovies. Hello, boobs. Sorry, pregnancy. For those of you who joined us last week, come here, Wally. I want to show them that you're not dying from a head wound. Yeah, see? Oh, it's getting better. Happy Wally. All right. Just in case you were concerned about whether my cat had some kind of brain tumor that was causing his tissue to necrose and die, he's just fine. See, Rose is actually here too. I don't know if you can see her. Say hi, Rose. So, welcome to another episode of Cat Robes and Coffee. I know that I'm supposed to be in a robe, but I had to put on a kimono today because it's Louisiana and I'm pregnant and it's hot. So let's just all deal with it. So since we last spoke, some exciting developments have come to pass. One thing is that hashtag Brown Bridget MD got accepted into the Portland Comedy Film Festival and also the Atlanta Film Festival, the Milledgeville Eaton Film Festival, or ME Film Festival. I got nominated for Best Actress of the festival. So we'll find out if we win that, but just being nominated, it's just an honor to be nominated. So Bridget is making her way around the continental United States and we're getting some recognition for our work. So that is very exciting. And it's actually apropos because I wanted to talk about the making of Brown Bridget today. I wanted to talk about using your pain. One thing that I wanted to suggest to y'all that has been helpful to me on my creative journey is one question that I learned from Rachel Hollis, who learned it from mentors of her own, which is, what if life is not happening to you? What if life is happening for you? This is something that my younger self never would have been able to contemplate or embrace because I was constantly in this victim mentality of like, oh, woe is me, I'm a genetic evolutionary loser, I've been forced into this life that I don't want, yada yada, it's everyone's fault but mine. What's interesting that I've noticed with Bridget is that when I sat down to write Bridget, all of the things that I hid away from for so many years, but ended up embracing in my later years as an adult, to me were the things that made the script and the character of Bridget so special. And I'll explain what I mean. I had two battles I was fighting as I grew up, and those were very linked. Depression, which is an ongoing battle, of course, and being brown. Being brown in Alexandria, Louisiana. So growing up very young, I didn't see myself as different, but once I got into like Catholic school and then public school, I was usually the only Indian, and that kind of separation was made very obvious to me, painfully in a lot of ways. And I know a lot of us have horror stories from childhood. Kids are just mean in general, so I don't think that that's unique to me. But in 4th grade, this girl, whose name is forever etched into my memory, during social studies class would not lend me her colored pencils to color in my map because I was dirty. And she didn't mean that I had a non-proclivity to shower. She meant because I was brown and my skin was dirty. In 5th grade, I remember it being suggested that I would make a good couple with this guy who my teacher at the time knew I had a crush on. And I remember him physically scooting his desk away from me while the entire class laughed because why would he be with an Indian girl? I also remember running to the girls' bathroom and crying. And I don't remember anything about that incident except just crying and saying, I just wish I were white. So growing up, going to medical school, pursuing a career path that I felt at the time was thrust upon me, you have all these different things informing how I act. The sense of isolation, not belonging, not wanting to embrace my Indian culture because it's the thing that had made me so different. And depression. And I think a lot of the depression was a result of all those former things. That the messaging you receive as a child does not just go away. It takes root in the crevices of your brain and spreads like a weed unless you address it. And I've gone to therapy. Everyone knows Claudia Harris, she's the best. Hashtag thanks, Claudia. And dealt with a lot of these issues and continue to deal with a lot of these issues as an adult. But the reason I mention all this is because Brown Bridget MD is about a doctor who's socially awkward, isolated, has no friends, and really doesn't believe a whole lot in herself. And it's a comedy, but those are kind of the facets of her character. And the journey in the short film is that she meets someone who she assumes is out of her league friendship-wise, and they end up becoming friends through a tragic event. But you know, one of the things that I heard the most after people saw Bridget is that she's so relatable. I wish she was my best friend. I just love her. I want to go have a glass of wine with her. You know, I feel like she would get me and I get her. I think her biggest strength is how relatable she is, and that's why she's able to connect with audiences. So that's it. I just wanted to say, whether you're just trying to be happier or be creative or express yourself, please don't ignore the parts of you that you consider to be negative experiences, because some of the most beautiful realizations and lessons can be learned from those things, and my own experiences are proof of that. Right? Basically, a bunch of people were mean to me about being brown when I was a kid, and now that makes me funny in script form now. So there's your lesson. Kaylin Scheck-Snyder wouldn't give me her colored pencils. What the kind of is that? I'd still like to talk to her about that. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we've got some more content coming at you. Don't forget to keep up with how Bridget is doing on jmmcsharmer.com, and we'll see you next week. Bye! By the way, that Mindy Kaling audition that I told y'all that I was too nervous to submit, I submitted it, so cross all the fingers. Please, please, please. Okay, bye!